talk about our economy. We all want to know, are we back on solid financial ground? Well, we have one guy, the guy, that says maybe. We're getting close. When he speaks, the financial world moves. We're talking about Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke. Well, today he said the recession is very likely over. Great. Really? Let's talk about it. Want to hear from you. 1-877-TEL-HLN's the number. Join me to talk about it. We welcome back Ali Velshi, Chief Business Correspondent for our sister network, CNN. Also with us, radio talk show host Chris Markowski, Watchdog on Wall Street. Check out his website, watchdogonwallstreet.com. All right, guys, it's good to have you back. And is it good tidings, huh, Ali? Very likely over?
Well, it sort of depends on where you are. If you're unemployed, it doesn't look like that situation's getting better anytime soon. If you've got a house, the values have gone up. If you've invested in the stock market, things are certainly better than they were back in March. So it's kind of an academic, bit of an ivory tower discussion to sort of suggest it's over. It's over for some people. It's got a long way to go for some others, Mike.
Okay, that's the key point. I mean, are we getting close? Long way to go for some others. Chris, it depends on your personal situation, right?
Oh, absolutely. And even if you dive into Bernanke's speech today, he said, technically we're out of a recession, but we have all these problems going forward. In my opinion, I think we've got to bring the small business owner back. It's the lifeblood of this economy. If they are not hiring people, if they're not building, if they're not expanding, we're just going to be basically stuck here. It's almost like a can dragging behind a car.
Mike, I don't want to have to spoil things and agree with Chris, but he's absolutely right. The growth of jobs in this country has for a long time been on the backs of small businesses. They don't have the customers, and they can't get the credit necessary. So those two things have to be fixed if we need to get jobs back, because it's a long time before we're going to get back to the 5%, 4.9% unemployment we were at when this recession started.
Okay, so you guys are agreeing on that point then. Small business, job growth on that front, that tells you, hey, we still got a long way to go. We're on the same page on that front. Chris, what's telling you, hey, things are getting better?
Well, to go back to Ali's point, and I agree with him there, and I'm curious to see what Ali thinks in regards to also policy risk. I've managed a lot of money for a lot of people, doctors, lawyers, small business owners all around the country. One of the reasons that they're not expanding and building is not so much because of lack of credit. They're also taking a look at policy risk. They don't know what their taxes are going to be. They don't know what their health care costs are going to be. They don't know what the regulation is. They don't know what their energy costs are going to be. That's scary.
Yeah,
okay.
and I've just got back, as you know, Mike, from a trip across the country. Did about 3,500 miles on the CNN Express, stopped in little towns and talked to people. And again, Chris is right there that at some point people have to know what direction the government's going in. Whether it's, they're coming in with health care or they're raising taxes, you have to know so you make decisions around that. A lot of people are uncertain about what is going to happen to them, and as a result, they're holding back on certain decisions. Again, small businesses, but a lot of individuals holding back too.
And that's just common sense there, Ali. I'll stay with you that if you're holding back, if you don't know, you're not making a move. And if we're not making moves, we're not growing, right?
Right. It's the difference between investing and gambling, right? If you want to know what you're doing, then you're an investor. If you just want to take a chance, you're a gambler. And Americans are kind of tired about being gamblers right now.
Yeah, exactly. I want to read a couple of Facebook comments, so we'll pick it up from there. This is from Nicole Salmon's writing that when the effects of being laid off for months and months go away, then I may accept that it is over, but not now. So, Chris, folks watching right now, let's face it, they're skeptical. I mean, certainly they like to hear that from Bernanke, but I think it's still a wait and see, don't you, for a lot of people?
Bernanke, he has a lot of power. Obviously, he deals with the credit markets. It can lending to the banks, and the banks have a lot of capital, but he's not creating jobs. And he only has so much flow. And with all the nonsense, all the rhetoric that's been coming from whatever government official, whatever Fed leader, the Treasury Secretary over the years, people don't want to hear it anymore. They've had enough. Right. Until we start seeing that unemployment number trek down, people are going to be nervous.
Yeah. Ali, how much sway when Ben Bernanke says something like this and says something so positive does he have on the movement of the economy? By him speaking this way, will some people make a move that they might not have before?
No, I don't think so, Mike. I think after the last year that we've had, actually the last 2 years, where we heard an administration saying everything was fundamentally strong and it wasn't, I think what has happened is we've moved into a bit of a caveman mentality. I was at the Missouri State Fair, and they were talking about rural lifestyles where people grow their own vegetables and can them. I've heard other people talking about a new frugality. People will control what they can control. They can control their own lives. They don't really think that the messages from on high, whether it's Wall Street or Washington, are going to have that much of an impact on their lives. They're going to look after their own for a while,
well,
I think.
You mentioned the term a new frugality.
Yeah.
Chris, let's face it, if we would have lived within our means and a little more frugal, we wouldn't have been in this shape. Do you think people, by and large, and I'll ask Ali the same question, but I'll start with you, Chris, have we gotten it? Have we learned, do you think?
I hope so, but you know, there's that old saying: America's biggest folly, I guess history's biggest folly, is that people think this time it's different. And people tend to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. And you know, the president is talking about avoiding this boom-bust type of economy. I really don't think you have that type of control over things. People will do what they want to at certain points in time, and they get overextended. Hopefully, people will be more frugal. Hopefully, they'll start saving. We've got a Social Security problem to deal with. Anybody under the age of 50 actually thinks they're going to receive that has got another thing coming. So hopefully, people are saving.
Yeah, it's like, because how we act in the good times, that's what'll get you, right?
That's what worries me, because we always think that where things are going to change. I think when credit is readily available again, when they say buy that TV and take 2 years to pay for it, we're going to jump on that bandwagon. I've heard from people that things are changing and they want things to change. And the savings rate is going up, Mike. We are saving more money, but we don't know whether that's by choice or by force.
Okay, guys, let's take a quick break. More of your Facebook comments coming up. A lot of you chiming in. Call us, 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number. Is the recession finally over? We'll continue the conversation. Welcome back to Prime News on HLN. We'll continue our conversation. Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke saying the recession is very likely over. Is it for you? We're taking your calls, 1-877-TEL-HLN. A lot of people skeptical as we're getting some Facebook comments. Let me read a couple of text messages, see what we're getting. Here's one viewer text writing this: "We are not in a recession, we are in a depression." Skeptical to say the least. Here's another one: "Maybe for the rich, not for those of us with disabilities living paycheck by paycheck." So, Allie, the skepticism obviously is out there. Allie, is there an area, a part of the country that's going to see or feel, how do I want to put this? We'll see some of the benefits, or see some of to Ben Bernanke's point, the recession is over.
It depends on what you're looking at. There are three things you and I always talk about that make people feel wealthier: the value of your home going up, the value of your wage increasing, or the value of your investments going up. The investment thing doesn't matter because anybody can invest in anything. In terms of houses, the places that were the hardest hit in many cases are bottoming out. You might start to see improvements in places like Florida, in the Southwest, not in Detroit and Ohio. And when it comes to jobs, it's not the geographical area as much as it's the type of jobs. The only jobs that we are expected to gain over the course of the next year are going to be in healthcare, education, and government jobs. Everything else, and most states, are likely to see losses overall. In fact, Texas is about the only state. Texas, D.C., and Maryland are the only places that won't see losses overall, according to some studies. Okay,
you mentioned Ohio. I want to read a Facebook comment from Meg Saunders writing this. Another person that's still feeling it. "How are things any better?" She writes, "I live in Ohio, and it seems to me things are actually getting a little worse each day, not better." Chris, to Allie's point, folks in Ohio, are they going to be feeling it longer than the rest of us?
I think absolutely. And you're going to looking at major demographic shifts around the country too. As I think we're going to continue to see more people move out of high tax states. A lot of the northeastern states, also seen out of California, Michigan, and other places, trying to move to places where the businesses are actually going to go. And I think that plays a big part as well. I think, you know, we need to bring what I guess they call it animal spirits back to the economy, where people have that desire to go out there and build and create, and the things that created Microsoft and Hewlett-Packard and all these great companies that we have here in our society, in our country. They were all built in some garage somewhere. And there's some people out there
in a recession, in many cases in a recession.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's what we have to look for. What is going to be next? Who's going to be the next big employer? What's going to be the next thing? It may be in some of the healthcare fields. I know we're feeling it down here in Florida in regards to real estate. I don't think that the market's going to turn that much quicker. Commercial real estate's another shoe to drop. You know, but once again, getting people excited about the country and the economy again, and going out there building, creating, that's what's going to take us out.
Okay. Guys, always good talking to you. Ali Velshi, Chris Markowski. Hopefully we'll talk again soon. It's great to hear from the people as well. Again, today, we get the good news from the Fed chairman. A lot of folks chiming in saying, hey, I'm still waiting on this. I'm still a little skeptical. So, guys, I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Ali, Chris, we appreciate it.
Pleasure.